Okay, and I am here with a Paw Your Way into Our Hearts video for you guys. It's been a while since I have done a puppy layout, so here is my husband and his puppy that is going camping. I have these beautiful floral clusters by Scrapbook Addicts that I was checking to see if her logo was on the back, but I think this was pre her logo, which is gorgeous. I also have Doodlebug Designs. This is the Chit Chat packaging, but I also have the icons inside because I was trying to reduce packaging but keep everything together. I also have from Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Indigo Garden. Now, I didn't catch on to this bandwagon when it was brand new, so I just went to scrapbook.com and grabbed a hold of whatever I could, and I was happy with what I got. So I got the chipboard stickers, the cardstock stickers, this beautiful blue with yellow on the other side, just plain, I guess, solid foundation paper or whatever. From Minte, the Fall Festival, I have this beautiful wood grain, and it is paper number 5 from that collection, if they sell them individual, which I think they do. It does have this beautiful floral on the back, but you guys know me, I'm not going to pass up a wood grain over a floral. So also from Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Lemon Twist, I pulled out this aqua color because it's in the Doodlebug pack. Now, I don't have any of these papers because they're a little bit too kiddish, but you guys, I have to tell you, this is the only Doodlebug pack that I've ever found that has no faces on the objects. It does on Bigfoot, but he's supposed to have a face, I think. But all the objects, the sleeping bags don't have smiley faces, and you know, I don't know, the tent doesn't have a smiley face. None of them do. So I'm very stoked about that. I don't know if they were misprints or what, but super stoked. All right. And for the dice game, I rolled a 4 and a 2. So for my 2 is enamel dots. I pulled out enamel dots. I also have tiny words. And then for my 4 is a color bin. And then my scraps. So from my color bin, I had these left over from the project previously. So I'm going to use that mint heart, these pom-pom trims, and try to incorporate these brads, even though I pulled in sequins. I also have this leftover strip of brads that didn't make it on, I think it was Sunday's layout. And then for scraps, I went in and dug out these beautiful, oh my gosh, this plaid by Close to My Heart. They so need to bring that back. It is my favorite, and I'm going to replace the lemon twist gingham for this plaid because it's got the green and the blue and the aqua, or the mint aqua, whatever color that is, and I love it so much more. So that is going to be happening on my layout. All right, now I'm going to go through my Doodlebug mixed pack, and I'm going to go through all the things, and you can see no faces. I am super, can you imagine? Well, look, they made eggs and bacon into a face. I'm okay with that. Really, I am. Of course, you can't cook eggs and bacon in the same pot anyways. Everybody should know that. But, you know, it is a thing where, you know, they do make that, right? Like, it's on menus and stuff where they make smiley faces. So anyways, trust me, I've tried to do one pot cooking with eggs and bacon, and you know, the eggs just cook way faster than the bacon does. I'm just saying. So going through all of these cute little elements, I mean, we have worms, we have rocks, we have butterflies and mushrooms and dragonflies, sleeping bags, backpacks. This pack has everything in it, and like I said, it's 2 packs, not just one. So one of them is icons and the other one is the words, the banners and the labels and the tiny words and all that good stuff. So I just went through the whole thing, just picking and sorting and doing all that stuff. Well, because I decided to do the trees and the mountains from the Doodlebug, I opted not to use Sarah's gorgeous floral clusters because I thought, no, that kind of changes the mood and feel a little bit. From, you know, a light and airy layout to more of a more dramatic statement layout. And I just wanted this to be a light and airy. It's just my husband and his puppy, who's not a puppy. Unfortunately, he's like 12 years old and, you know, just not doing too well in life. It's going to be a sad day when he is no longer with us. So just definitely am trying to take the pictures while I still can. But he absolutely had a blast. The puppy, not my husband, had a blast going out camping with us and whatnot. Of course, it was their first time, and the campsite that we chose got very busy after dark. Like all of a sudden, people were pulled up on the road and just camped out on the road. Some people camped out one site past us, which we didn't even know existed. Yeah, there was all sorts of weird activity that kept our puppy up all night long. Now, my puppy didn't care. He was like, it's bedtime. I'm going to bed. But for Shadow, it was definitely a thing for him, and it just wasn't very pleasant. All right, so I am going to triple matte, something I don't usually do, but I'm going to triple matte my photo just because it is a single photo. And not much going on other than the fact that I just wanted to make a layout of my husband and his puppy because I don't get pictures like that very often. And I'm going to put them on this wood grain. And I have to tell you guys that I at first debated about doing some mixed media on here. And once I got the mat going on and all of my trees and mountains and yada, yada, yada going on, I lost interest in the mixed media. What color do I use? What, how do I make it look? So many questions that I just was like, nah, not worth it. Not going to happen. So it didn't happen. All right. So I put a dark blue around my photo. Now I'm using that beautiful plaid as a kind of a photo frame type of mat, a film Polaroid. And then the dark blue around that as well. And I really made them big. Well, not just, I made the plaid one big because I really wanted to see the plaid. It is beautiful. But I made the blue one really big because I really wanted to distress it and get it to, bend and twist and fold and curl over. So that's why I made them so big, is so I could have a little bit more room to play. All right, so now I am going to go off camera and fussy cut out and distress all the edges of my mountains and my trees. So, ta-da, they're all done. I did cut Bigfoot in half so I could have a little double tree, and I was trying to use the double tree with Bigfoot kind of waving at you, but I just ended up covering it so much to where you didn't even have a half a tree. So, yeah, it just gets thrown away. I just couldn't do it. It looked like extra mountains. It looked like, that's why I never even bothered to distress it, because I was like, I don't even know if it's going to look good. So anyways, long story short, which it wasn't, Bigfoot disappeared and the tree with him. So anywho, I am laying out everything. And like I said, I'm trying to put everything, like glue everything together so I don't lose where I had everything, because my initial thought was to put mixed media down. But as I'm gluing my trees to my mountains and to my photo mats and all that good stuff, I just kept thinking, what medium am I going to use? What color am I going to use? What would have looked good with this scenery? I just couldn't figure it out. Well, now that I'm thinking about it and I'm looking at this layout and I'm seeing everything going on here, a sunburst would have looked fabulous behind this layout. A nice orangey, yellowy sunburst would have been phenomenal behind this layout. But instead, I couldn't make that mind up until like right now, and then right now would have been too late. So, so yeah, I did not end up doing that at all. I cut the dark blue frame around that camping badge or whatever it's called. It says camping trip. I cut around because that blue just did not match my other blue that I had chosen already. So yeah, it went bye-bye, and I am much more happier with just the orange plaid tint and the mountains behind it. And it's going to lose the word camping trip as well, because I don't need the word camping twice on my layout. Even though I do have the word taking in the scenery, because that's pretty much what they were doing, is just chilling out and relaxing. I was sitting in the tent. I can't remember what it was that I was doing. But I walked in real quick and they sat down right in the window, or right in the doorway. There's no windows in tents. Well, kind of there is. Ish. There's ish. But yeah, they sat right there and just were relaxing. This is why I don't voice over in the evening, you guys. My mojo is all gone. So I'm going to take the word our adventure and cut it in half so I can have our summer camping adventure. And this will look like a title page going into our summer camping trip. Yes, that is exactly what it is, which I thought was pretty cool. Even though, you know, it should have been like all of us and whatnot, but this still works. I really like it. I really like the blue of the tent kind of cornering off my photo. And that allows me to bring in, you know, why did you bring in that dark blue? Because it does blend really well. I am fiddling with trying to get the tint in so that way I have at least 2 orange pieces. I do debate whether or not I'm going to use these buttons, but nah, I'm not going to. They're going to go back in the little packaging and save them for another day. But I did bring out that heart. And because I brought in the other blue hearts, it won't be the only heart on my layout. I also look around to see if I want the brads, and so far they're really iffy because they're glitter brads. I don't think that those are gonna make it on the layout, to be honest. But I think I try like twice. And then of course it gets a little wordy. I've got camping together, time together, the word blessed for tiny word stickers, live in the moment. I mean, I've got lots and lots and lots of tiny little words, and it's becoming too wordy for me. And this is why I struggle with tiny words, you guys, is because it gets just too wordy. And then next thing you know, you're reading a scrapbook page like a book, because you've got all those words to take in on a page. Unless do you guys skip over the words? Do you not even pay attention to what the scrapbook layout says with all those little words? Or how does that work? I'm just curious because I don't get it. And partially is because I do read it like a book. And that's my answer to the question that I have put out there in, YouTube land. So yeah, I'm just curious if you guys see a lot of words on a scrapbook, do you also read it as a book, or do you just look at the photo and the decorations around it and be done? I don't know. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put the pom-pom trim at the top and at the bottom. I've almost used up all of it. I'm so stoked because I got to use that trim and it doesn't take away from my gorgeous plaid paper. Plus I still have a little strip of it. So yay, I get a little bit of that still. I love that plaid paper, you guys. I really do. And definitely something, if I hoard something, that is it, because it is just a phenomenal color combination. It just really is. And I went ahead and I glued everything down, got everything going. I did really like my my little sign there that says fishing that way and camping towards my husband and and Shadow. But I do try other things. I think I already did. I can't remember now. I think I did, because everything's pretty much glued together and getting down permanent. But I did try other things just because I wanted to get a tag on there that says relaxing, because that's kind of what they're doing, but it doesn't end up on the layout. I did debate for a brief hot minute that I was going to put something in the upper right hand corner of my layout, kind of like a banner hanging down. And then I thought, no, because it draws your eye up there going nowhere. Like, I don't want that. If I had a purpose, like I wanted your eye to start up there and work your way down, then I definitely would have done something like that. But this is right flat center. There's nowhere else for your eye to go but straight across the page, again, like a book. And so your eye is going to stay focused right in the middle, and you're not going to miss a thing. So I didn't want that eyesore of having something way up at the top. I really just liked how everything was blending together. I like how it all works. I have this one little tree that I didn't know what to do with, and I didn't want to have one little off tree. So I decided to replace the eye in camping with that little tree. So now you can still see that it says the word camping, but instead of an eye, it has a tree. You can still see the eye in the background, kind of, sort of, but I like this a lot better. And then right on the heart, I have the word together. I'm just trying to make sure the heart is secured. I did have to put a little teeny tiny microscopic little foam dot behind it, because the title is all popped up, and so are a couple of the trees and everything else. And so I wanted to make sure that the heart laid flat. Oh, here's where I try to replace the post sign with that tag. And then I thought, I just really don't have anything else. I needed a third element to go with the word relaxing, and it just wasn't working. Excuse me, it just wasn't working at all. So I do end up putting the sign back and sticking it behind so it's kind of poking out there. I really like this. I really did like that sign up there. I like it because it brought that aqua or mint color up to that portion of the tree, and then I feel like that color is cohesive or consistent all the way across the layout, all the way across the book, right? So I'm going to finish cutting off my mountains. And that is it for me. Again, I debated on these brads. No, they're too glittery. I just can't do it. But I am going to go, because I can't use the brads, I'm going to go ahead and pull out 2 different shades of that mint color and put every single one of those enamel dots on my layout. Now here's where one flew off my finger, and gosh knows where it went. I still haven't found it, in case you guys are curious. It is forever gone. I have no clue. I'll probably find it in the wash or something. I don't know. But I am going to just scatter the light, the dark. I did the dark all first and then the light mint, and now I'm doing the dark blue and just scattering them throughout, making sure that they all have a place to live. And that is my layout, you guys. That is what I have for you all today. I had so much fun playing with my stuff, using up my stuff. I just had fun with this layout, and it was just a fun, no assignment, well, except for the fact that I had to have a puppy in the picture. It was just a fun assignment, you guys, and I like that little pop of orange. And like I said, if I would have been thinking a burst of sun with the orange starting off and then the yellow going out would have been fabulous behind my mountains. It really would have been, but it's okay. I am happy with the way that it looks, and I think that I have just enough orange on my layout to call it good and not be an eyesore. And don't forget to check out everyone else down below that is playing along with Paw Your Way to Our Hearts. And thank you for watching, and I'll check y'all later. Bye.